time, I hear women talking about how horrible it is to be in a toxic relationship.
I have a rule of thumb when it comes to men, and it's that if the first time we hook up he doesn't go down on me, he's useless.
Jenny again. Continue with Jenny to learn modern women. Support Jenny by like and subscribe to the channel, guys. Let go. That's, relatable. 'Cause intercourse with you is like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. It's like parking a superstar destroyer in a black hole. It's basically trying to satisfy student loan debt with minimum wage. You see where I'm going with
proper garden tour.
All right, I'm all dressed up. I did my makeup, I did my hair, I've got some pit stains, I've got some Western gear happening, my faves, and I've got my cowboy boots on, and I'm going on a date.
Yo, hold up. You're going on a date? With pit stains. Sweetie, who raised you?
I have no hope for this. None. No hope.
Yeah, no kidding. But just so you know, men don't like it when you show up on a date, smelling like a horse's nutsack. And the fact that you're cackling like the poor woman's version of Kamala Harris doesn't help your cause either.
I have a rule of thumb when it comes to men, and it's that if the first time we hook up he doesn't go down on me, he's useless.
Fair enough. And guys, in the spirit of equality, I advise you to apply the same standard. If she doesn't go down on you, she's useless.
And I shall never speak to him again. Ever. Like, come on, you're not gonna eat this sweet little peach, baby. You're useless. And you're a dumbass. Dear God. Sometimes I taste myself and I'm like, oh my God. Disgusting! I taste so good. Who wouldn't eat it? I don't think you like cooch cooch.
If it's attached to one annoying woman and it smells like a Chinese fish market, no, we don't like that particular cooch cooch.
I think you're faking it. Look at what you got. I mean, seriously, I'm giving you the privilege of breathing my same air.
Sweetie, the air smells like wet farts. Sincerely, we're not interested.
You better be thankful and make sure that I have a good time. And don't worry, I'll make sure you have a good time. My presence is a good time.
I should go.
I once went on a date with a guy who said that the gender wage gap just isn't real. And I was like, oh, why would you say that?
Gee, I don't know. Maybe because
Women up to the age of 35 are out earning men. Men, make more money. It's not that hard.
Well, this is awkward.
And he said, well, it just doesn't make sense to me. I was like, if you're gonna say something and your best evidence is that it just doesn't make sense to you.
Sweetie, try to think about this logically.
Sweetie, try to think about this logically. Okay, then let me mansplain the logic of why the gender wage gap doesn't exist. You see, there's something called the Equal Pay Act of 1963 that makes it illegal to pay women less money just because they're women. But if you could pay women less money just for being women, and women would be doing the same quality work as men, nobody would hire men anymore because it would just be cheaper to hire women.
This chain of logic is correct, and what is correct is sacred.
Now, do you understand why the gender wage gap doesn't make sense? I guess not, dear.
Can we take a second and talk about this filter?
No, sweetie. I'm a woman discussing filters is for insecure women.
And the fact that it perpetuates colonialized beauty standards to the next extreme.
And in case you were wondering, she made up those words just so she could have something to complain about.
Colored eyes, light skin, rosy cheeks, and very Eurocentric based features. Let me show you how I actually look without this filter. I know, the difference is striking.
It's actually an improvement. You should stop using filters.
As a woman of color, and in particular a South Asian woman that grew up in a country that was colonized by the British.
Sweetie, what if I told you that Britannia was colonized by the Romans, and then the Saxons, and judging by your accent, you live in North America? So either in a former British colony if you live in the US, or still under the rule of Queen Elizabeth if you live in Canada. So apparently you don't have a problem with British colonialism if you live in former British colonies. But wait, what if I told you that almost every country on the planet was colonized at some point? France colonized by the Romans. Spain colonized by the Romans. Most countries in South America colonized by the Spanish or Portuguese. China colonized by the Mongols. My home country of Romania colonized by the Romans. Then the Turks. Then the Hungarians. And currently it's colonized by the European Union. You see, sweetie, you are not special. You're actually one of the lucky ones. Now, stop feeling sorry for yourself and go get a job.
All the time, I hear women talking about how horrible it is to be in a toxic relationship, but can't we just take a second to acknowledge how annoying it is being in a healthy one? First of all, I've gained like 10 pounds because whenever I'm hungry, my boyfriend gets me food. Second, I'm expected to communicate, like, on a healthy level. I don't know how to do that. On top of that, my boyfriend gives me absolutely nothing to overthink about, and as an overthinker, it feels extremely suspicious.
So the other day, a man asked me why I was so annoying.
Go away.
I do it just for you, I told him.
1,
He did not like this!
2. Smart.
Why do we want women to hate other women?
We don't. You lovely ladies, just do it naturally.
It's very simple. Because a woman who can't trust other women is left with only one source of validation: men. She'll seek approval from a system that rewards obedience, not wholeness. She will measure her worth by how much she is wanted. She will contort and silence to keep their attention. She'll shrink her hunger, she'll punish her body for daring to age, and she'll learn to be desired, but never to be known. Because most men...
You know, sweetie, it's 2025. Men aren't stopping you from trusting each other, or even marrying each other.
From the Office of National Statistics, from a 2019 study, in ever-increasing numbers, we are now at a lesbian divorce rate of 72%. So the top 4 reasons that they are reporting getting divorced is feeling ignored, inequality in the partnership, adultery, and domestic violence. Personally, I feel like this lends some weight to men's arguments and complaints about how women are behaving in relationships. Because when you have lesbian divorce statistics that look like that, the girls are kind of telling on themselves.
So you're telling me, even in relationships, where a man isn't even in the equation and exerts absolutely no influence, women still can't stand each other.
They want her frozen in time. Forever 17.
Oh, shut up.
Look, I personally know women who are in their 50s and 60s who are happily married. And even though they don't look like they're 17 anymore, they're loved by their families. Now, granted, they're not on the dating market because they're married and they live in Romania where women are not incentivized by the media to wait until they're 40 to have a family or divorce their husbands for petty reasons and thereby putting themselves back on the dating market where they can't compete with the younger women.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
So if you were to ask me where all the woman-on-woman hate is coming from, I'd say that a lot of you lovely ladies hate your own bad decisions. But even more than that, a lot of you hate the women that don't make the same bad decisions you did.
As a female in this country, I do not feel safe and I do not feel protected.
Oh no! Anyway, last week...
The system that we rely on to keep us safe is a failure. You report a crime and you will rarely get a follow-up. Like, everyday harassment is just normal now.
You know, sweetie, I was going to go on an entire lengthy rant about why this is happening in the UK. But you know what? I've managed to condense that into 6 words. You get what you vote for.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
I often wish that men believed women. What? Men believed women.
No.
You know, after almost 10 years of Me to the Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp trial and countless other men who got falsely accused, if a woman doesn't present irrefutable evidence to back up her allegations, I'm going to immediately assume she's lying.
When a man tells me he's gonna pull out, I'm immediately offended because what do you think, I'm not good enough for your... Do you think I'm ugly? What? Do you think I'm ugly?
Bruh.
You don't want kids? That has nothing to do with this right now.
Yeah, it does, because no sloppy box is worth 18 years of child support.